Hi there, welcome to the Tent News, where the truth comes to light and the stories everyone is talking about are brought straight to you. From shocking confessions and viral social media moments to real life mysteries and trending drama, this is the place where we uncover it all. Now, please watch this video first, and I will be back with the rest of my commentary.
Abantu abanganangqondo futhi bangazi lutho njengalesicefe sentombazana are disappointing, to say the least. They would do or say anything just for social media content, likes and followers. Le ntombazana ivele evuke ekuseni nje izitshela ukuthi yona izogceka uJacinta for umsebenzi omuhle awenzayo and her stance on abantu bokufika. Though she's only one of the few, the damage these people cause is massive and irreparable. They say all these nasty things about Jacinta just to stay relevant and be popular on TikTok. She obviously gets the likes and nice comments from bona labantu bokufika abavikelayo, since most of them are active on TikTok. What she doesn't realize is that people like Jacinta genuinely care about this country and the welfare of its citizens. They don't do all this for social media. Much Dudula, MKP, and other political organizations who participate in these marches, including the most recent one in the Eastern Cape, are not doing all this for likes and followers on TikTok. Unlike this clueless, ignorant, and naive video clip actress, these revolutionaries and patriots are actively fighting for the sovereignty of South Africa. Ubuningi bale who condemn these marches are completely uninformed. They are enemies of black progress. How did Leslie Masentombazana even come up with such a stupid comparison? Does she even know anything about Orania? Was it necessary to mention Orania in her verbal diarrhea? On what grounds would people march to Orania? Oranians are not bothering us. Instead of complaining and whining every day, they chose to isolate and enclose themselves in a camp. By the way, Oranians are South Africans by birth, and it's their constitutional right to be here. Oranians are self-reliant and economically independent, unlike these parasites, Zamakwerekwere. Oranians do not strangle systems or interfere with our basic services. They are generating their own power and supplying their own water from boreholes. Oranians are not involved in drug trafficking, in human trafficking, in buildings hijacking, in forced prostitution, and other serious crimes. Oranians are not competing with us for limited job opportunities and resources. They create their own. Oranians are not littering our streets and impeding our freedom of movement by setting up businesses on our pavements. They are not stealing our railway lines. They are not stealing our copper cables from traffic lights and electricity infrastructure. Oranians have not taken our spaza shop sector in the townships, and they are not killing our children with poisoned snakes. Where does this stupid girl get the audacity to denounce her own people and country just to defend and protect her drug-dealing boyfriends? Is being popular on TikTok that important? Our situation is not a joke. Is she even aware that Lamakwerekwere are committing a crime just by being in this country illegally? South Africans like this are very dangerous. Instead of appreciating what Mangobese is doing for us, they perpetuate propaganda and promote lawlessness.
I'm just thinking and I'm listening to SAFM reflecting kule nto yenzekayo eGauteng, particularly kule march against illegal or foreigners that are not supposed to be here. Sidiniwe nokusebenzisa lamagama illegal no undocumented. Nxa into ba aba bantu bekufanele babekho apha in the first place. Many of them. Nxa into ba we know they don't deserve to be here. Ngenxa yento okokuba they don't qualify to be here in many ways that allows them to be here lawfully. Ndine message nje because quick question ebuzwayo up about the issue of deportation. Abanye bathi this thing is gonna be expensive and all of that. But let's stop talking about deportation now. We have passed that stage. What are we going to do now as this thing is unfolding nicely in South Africa? We are going to make it uncomfortable for foreigners to live in South Africa. That's all. They will deport themselves. That's all we must do now. And that's what we have started to do. Isukile, aizubuya ngamva. The government can threaten all they want to do. I like it that now people have risen up and we are going to rise up until this thing is sorted. We are tired to explain ourselves to a government that does not want to listen. We are tired. Nez memorandums, sizibhalayo, I feel we are just doing them for formalities. But we just want to tell them we are going to do it ourselves. Danko.
Why does our constitution say that South Africa belongs to all who live in it? This line was not there in our first constitution. So what changed? An event took place between 1993, which is the year we adopted our interim constitution, and 1996, which is the year we adopted our final constitution. 8 months into our democracy, December 1994, South Africans launched Operation Buyelekhaya, a xenophobic movement aimed at pushing out foreigners from Alexandra's township. We didn't waste any time. As soon as apartheid ended and we received our freedom, the first thing we wanted to do with our newfound freedom is harass African nationals for living in South Africa. And these Africans are still being blamed for the same problems we blamed them for over 30 years ago. They're stealing our jobs. In 1994, what jobs were there in 1994 that foreigners were stealing from you? The ANC had only been in charge for 8 months. You can't deliver millions of jobs in just 8 months. Even today, no new jobs are being created. But South Africans didn't care. They were burning with so much hatred and resentment for other African nationals. It made absolutely no sense. You could have told those people that the reason why there are no jobs in South Africa was because South Africa was sanctioned and sanctions were only lifted in 1993. Those people would have spat in your face and told you, no, it's not the sanctions, it's the foreigners. And that is why our constitution is phrased in the manner that it is phrased. Its emphasis on protecting everyone, not just citizens. So next time someone tells you, South Africa for South Africans, remind them, the drafters of our constitution were there during Operation Buyelekhaya. They saw what you did to other African nationals, and they knew what we would do to these people if their rights were not protected. South Africa belongs to all who live in it. That line, which xenophobes hate so much, was put there intentionally. Xenophobia in South Africa is not a new problem. It's been there since day one of our democracy. And if we don't push back against this ignorance, even regular South Africans will no longer be safe.
More South Africans are coming forward on the issue of foreigners living in South Africa. Some they do stand with foreigners, some they say nope, they have to go back. And there is a lady who have been calling out Jacinta to say, Jacinta, when are you going to Oranje? I'm sure by this time you've seen the video already. She have been calling her out, and unfortunately, Jacinta haven't responded. So this man right here, he was actually responding to the lady, what are you saying? Like, what are you saying? And also just explaining this Orania thing, Wuti. These people, they're people that don't want noise, they don't want, they just decided to go and live on their own. So what do you mean when you say Jacinta Dave to go there and do the things that she's doing to foreign nationals? While some people, they do have solutions. Yes, solutions to say, okay, for us to deal with foreigners, we have to do this, we have to do this. And truly speaking with this one, I don't think a violent will actually solve this problem. I really don't think so. Even you closing these plaza shops, like, all this chaos that is happening, chaos never solves anything. When you are calm, when you are united, you sit down and nicely you think of a solution. Okay, how can we fix this? Trust me, you will find the solution. You will get the solution. But the moment you say, okay, close up your shops, because obviously people are busy, they won't have time to go there every day to make sure that those plaza shops are closed every day. Today, when you come and say, okay, plus about this much, they do announce they're going way on this day. And then they will go there. When they get there, obviously the shops will be closed. But trust me, the day they will not be there, those shops open again. So you see that this is just, I don't know, man, like it's like you are working too hard for nothing. That's just how it is. But anyway, please comment your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you think about this one?